Ugh. What's up? So this headband. So it's Will the Greatest here with another unique video topic for you. Now, while I don't talk as much about my love for anime, it's, you know, hey, look, it was the shirt I was wearing. It's never been a secret about my long-term engagement with the medium, particularly my love for shonen. Like a lot of my fellow blurs, I got started with what was considered to be what I would call the childhood big three of monster taming anime. That'd be Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Digimon, each kind of having its own memorable and unique stories, designs, and legacies. Now, yes, there were others that kind of had their own place, like Beyblade, Battle Beat 'em On, Monster Rancher, and Duel Masters. Also, just because I know nobody remembers this fever dream of a show, leave a comment if you remember Shinzo. Anyone else remember Shinzo? Anyways, my big three also had some of my favorite nostalgic English dubs, which, while notable for not always being the most accurate, I think did create incredibly memorable takes on the characters that have stayed with me long past the tenures of the shows and even some of their talent. To this day, Eric Stewart's Seto Kaiba is still, in my opinion, one of the greatest rivals in anime history.
You said tech has its limits. Wrong. There are no limits when you're as brilliant as Seto Kaiba.
And Joshua Seth's take on Tai Kamiya is eternally burned into my ears as the voice benchmark of a shonen protagonist.
Well, I'm in elementary school too, and I take classes at elementary school, like a normal person.
Also, just a very nice guy. So with all that out of the way, this video isn't about the dubs as much as it is about the banger, localized music that they had. I'm sorry. These soundtracks fucking slapped, and they deserve some love. I'm gonna go through the soundtracks, mostly from the first movies for these big three that I was talking about earlier, but I may slide in some of their localized OST in there as well. So let's go from biggest to arguably smallest.
Pokemon. Let's do it.
Pokemon. Now, Pokemon was an absolute nuclear bomb on pop culture that is as old as I am. Ugh. I still have the VHS versions of Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon 2000, and Pokemon 3 on the shelf back in my family's home. And these were event films, not just for cartoons, but for anime, I would say, as a medium. So that first movie being at the tail end of the 90s as the peak of 90s pop obviously swung to, well, 90s pop. My food just finished. I need to let it cool. Damn, was that release big. Britney Spears, NSYNC, Christina Aguilera, 98 Degrees when they were relevant. Even Billy Piper. Yeah, that Billy Piper.
Attention all Pokemon fans. If you want everything Pokemon, then you've gotta get the Pokemon movie soundtrack. Featuring the smash hit, Don't Say You Love Me from M2M. And all your other favorite artists like NSYNC, Christina Aguilera, and Britney Spears. Also featuring It Was You from Ashley Ballard. The Pokemon soundtrack. You gotta get it. In stores now.
Now, a good chunk of it was music basically just licensed out because Warner Brothers had the money to promote it, but there are some good pieces that got a big push thanks to the movie. Don't Say You Love Me by M2M, Vacation by Vitamin C, and who can forget the absolute certified heat that was Brother My Brother by Blessed Union of Souls. I think this album is just a great time capsule of the popular sounds of the time, and I still listen to it from time to time, even today, almost 30 years later. Probably not on Spotify, but certainly somewhere where I can hear all of it together. It's peak 90s nostalgia, which I guess means I should probably talk about the wholly original Pokemon album, Pokemon To Be a Master. A 13-track, almost 50-minute long album all about your favorite monsters and trainers that apparently was made in 3.5 weeks. You know, honestly, I'm impressed. Some artists take years to create bodies of work that are barely the length of an episode of, well, Pokemon. But Pokemon locked like 7 writers and singers in the studio, and they just went ham! Like, bring back this level of dedication to the craft, and probably a good paycheck. And I'd be remiss to not talk about the soundtracks to the movie 2000.
You've got the movie. You've got the cards. So if you want everything Pokemon, you've gotta get the Pokemon 2000 soundtrack.
Let's do it.
It's Pokemon packed with great songs from Donna Summer,
Angela Villa,
Plus One,
Westlife,
Youngstown featuring Nobody's Angel,
Weird Al Yankovic,
the B-52s, and more.
the Pokemon 2000 soundtrack.
You gotta get it.
In stores now.
What Donna Summer did with the Power of One theme track is a freaking chef's kiss. It's a gorgeous track, reinforcing the core theme of the movie, but with that, there's other bangers like the living legend and GOAT. And I mean GOAT. Weird Al Yankovic, giving us Pokemon.
The incomparable Weird Al Yankovic brings his unique talent to bear on the tongue-twisting Pokemon track.
I don't think there's any other polkas on the soundtrack. I don't think there is. You know, the root of all music is polka.
We also have Flying Without Wings by Westlife being just a pleasant surprise, and even the quirky and fun Dance of the Blossom song, you know, from the opening short. Just straight fire. Pokemon Company, bring back the fire. Bring back the remixes to the themes that would open the movies. You remember those? You remember how good those were? We haven't had a proper release in years, so you gotta go back to your roots, man. You don't see Digimon doing that. They've been using the same music for 25 years. Just keep revisiting Digimon Adventure, huh? Well, since we're talking about it.
The Digivolution is up and running. Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know what's coming? A Digi Destiny starts today. Let me hear you say.
Digimon. So, as I was scripting this portion of the video, I had recently purchased Digimon The Movies, plural, which was just a redubbed compilation of the first 3 Digimon movies remastered for modern viewers. They brought back as much of the original cast that was alive, unfortunately. This labor of love not only includes the original Japanese dubs, but also a new 2024 dub, again with a lot of that returning and even some new people to that cast, but it also has the original Japanese music this time. And it also includes that interesting Frankenstein original movie, which, coincidentally, in America, released 4 months after Pokemon 2000. Man, I'm sure both of these non-competing monster-taming franchises did well at the box office. This isn't a setup to a joke. They did pretty well here in the States, despite mixed reviews from critics, but who cares what they think? We're here to talk about the tunes. Changing the power. Let's kick it up. Going digital. Here we go. And who can forget the DigiRap? I can't even get through it. The DigiRap. Okay. I got it. The DigiRap.
Did you see? Did you hear? Did you know what's coming?
I have to give credit to Paul Gordon. Rest in peace. Shuki Levy, Jeremy Sweet, and Kusa Machi for not only creating such memorable and relevant pieces of music, which can't be easy for a children's franchise to actually make it sound good, but also introducing me and a whole generation of kids to ska music. I'm serious. A lot of people think of Shrek when they hear All-Star by Smash Mouth, but a whole year earlier, a bunch of us as kids were introduced to it being the closing song hummed by Kokomon prior to the credits. Rock songs like All My Best Friends Are Metalheads, That Impression That I Get, Nowhere Near, and Spill all honestly sound like this should be in the background of one of the American Pie movies or a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. But no, they're here in this movie about middle schoolers stopping nukes from falling and preventing cataclysmic inflation on egg prices.
That must be really good chocolate. Paper or plastic?
In supermarkets all over the city, computer systems are failing, causing congestion at the registers.
Well, win some, you lose some. But I love the theme of this soundtrack being very much teenage rebellion, mixed with the power of friendship, which is a lot of Digimon. As a children's franchise, it is radical somewhat that a lot of the themes and stories are very serious that include abuse, neglect, and stress that happens to kids, but they don't often get narratives centered around how terrifying that can be and how having a strong community of people that care about you can carry you through these dark times when they remind you not of who you are, but who you can be. Also, little dinosaur turn into big dinosaur and make my brain go, woo! I wish I could say it does this more with future installments like Tamers, Frontier, Savers, hell, even Ghost Game, which still doesn't have a dub, but probably doesn't help that these movies still don't really officially have any wide releases, but hopefully this new release with Digimon The Movies sets a new precedent and that some of you can go back and take a listen. That one is mostly on Spotify. On to the next one. Yugioh. So, this movie didn't do great financially, but, hold on. The soundtrack, still pretty good, in my opinion. And as far as I can tell, weirdly, this seems to be the album with the least mainstream connections, given the only track from a name I can clearly recognize as For the People, because it's by Black Eyed Peas. Pre-Fergie. Actually, so while I do love this album, my theory is that they hired cheaper, lesser-known artists to do songs that emulate the styles of other artists. None of these songs are bad, but like, stay with me for a second for a couple of these.
But now watch as I rise to a whole new height, and our mad battle cry will be heard all night. You keep on playing, look our shadow dancing. No, I won't be beat again. Reach the bottom.
I be the best there ever is, there ever was. You remember my name, Chappelle. Feel the pain, I see you wonder. Hear the thunder, let it rain. I've been down there before, gotta crawl before you walk. If you can't battle, I suggest you not talk. Flip that, strategize, energize against all lies. I strike back, put the fear in the eyes. Show 'em can't take this from me. In my craft, in my call, give me your ears. See my fall, see my error, know my faults. Time halts, see my loss, know I'm lacking.
This work is driving me insane. All I really want is to get away. Can anybody tell me how much longer till I'm done? How much longer? Wanna feel the sun? How much longer? I can't wait. How much longer until I can play that game?
Never wanna be like you. I don't wanna do the things you do. I'm never gonna hear the words you say. And I don't ever wanna be you. Don't wanna be just like you. What I'm saying is this is the end of what I am. Your words are the misery, soon to be another casualty. I'm causing your catastrophe. You better fear me.
Now, I'm not saying these songs are in any way stealing from their more popular contemporaries, because Digimon did it too.
Let's kick it up. Shout out all the things we can do. Let's kick it up. Another night tomorrow. Let's kick it up. 'Cause I ain't seen us. Me and you. Let's kick it up. Together. It just takes some time, little girl. Get a little out the right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright, alright.
But going for a genre that was popular at the time is one thing. That's why the other two series have their own rap song. Strangely though, outside of this album, Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't really have any rap themes that I'm aware of. Maybe we should fix that.
Kidding me. Alright, Yugi, check it out. It's Jaden from GX.
Wait! Oh, we can't use that! Shady Vox got canceled! Anyone else?
Bury me alive, bury me alive, bury me with cherries and fairy tales of a scary lie. Decorate my carriage and carry me into paradise. Don't let me.
That'll work. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought this album in particular, while fun and on brand for the show, it's inspired by down to the clear Kaiba-centric song, You're Not Me, being straight fire. It also feels like Warner Bros. Said, don't get the actual songs we want, but get as legally and lyrically distinct, similar songs to these specific songs off of this list. I still like them though. OG Beyblade. I know, I'm showing my age here, but back in my day, ugh. Outside of what I call the Western Big Three, which were three popular, accessible anime from the late 90s to early 2000s that introduced a lot of us to the proper medium of anime, there are also a metric shit ton of other shows that found their way stateside, like Rave Master and its ska-influenced theme.
Welcome to the tale of a land conquered by evil. People in despair and living frightened to their bones.
Yu Yu Hakusho and its eternally uplifting banger anthem.
Walking in a crowd, in a faceless town, I need to feel the touch of a friend.
Rurouni Kenshin and its charming, cutesy little opening.
I brush against the freckles that I hated, so a light goes on and I heave a little sigh for you. It's heavy, the love that I once shared with you, then it dissolved like it was just a sugar cube.
Tenchi Muyo and its lyricless, badass samurai theme music for a show about a nerd with a harem. Who's also like a space prince. Someone else needs to review Tenchi Muyo. That's a whole other separate discussion. But I highlight Beyblade in particular. One, because it had a full album that I can reference. And two, hot take, I think it may have the best original soundtrack of that time period. Let's not mince words here. Despite the plastic era of Beyblade being very nostalgic for me, these are all hard rock bangers, just straight boom, 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 boom. No misses, no skips. The theme song alone makes you feel energized. opening makes you want to grab your bay, lock in your bit beast, and let it rip, which I'm sorry, the localization squad cleared with that. It's better than Go Shoot. I'm sorry, it just is. Swing low, let it rip makes you feel like you can bench press a car.
Take me down, sucker, take me down, so here we go. Thought you could take my down, sucker, take me down, so here we go. If you wanna teach me something new, you better teach yourself up.
Underdog makes you feel like you can tank any obstacle the world throws at you. And just for you to get back up stronger. Like, Switchblade feels like you're at a skating rink made of spinning tops.
Cause if you could live like me, underground, lonely sights and lonely sounds, could you fight the darkness all around? No way up and always down. For me, this is the only game in town.
I'm Not Going Down makes you feel like you want to quit your boring desk job, flip your boss's desk, and travel the world on foot.
I'm not going down, I'm standing my ground. You haven't seen the last of me, cause I'm at my best, you're put to the test. I'm looking for a victory. I'm not gonna stop till I hit the top. It's the only place to be. Prepare for the day I'm coming away. You haven't seen the last of me.
But, and of course, arguably, the best song in the series, the masterpiece. Rise Above the Storm. Just listen.
If you're patient, everything will be okay. If you're persistent, troubles will seem far away. Perseverance is a key to everything you achieve. Seek out the truth, don't forget about what you believe. Rise above the storm. You can find what you've been looking for.
This song and whatever shit you're doing gets amplified tenfold. You're an undergrad, now you're a doctor. You're an employee, now you're the manager. You can do 10 push-ups, now it's 100. You're a chicken, nah, fuck that. You're a T-Rex. Pokemon has a lot of fun, which is on brand for that franchise. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some cool tunes that sound like great ambient noise during a duel and can set the mood for the characters. Digimon, their music very much embodied the themes of working hard and together and making friends and being determined. But Beyblade makes you feel like a blader. It makes you feel like everything depends on winning this match or else it's all over. It puts you in the shoes of Tyson and the Blade Breakers. That's why one of the wildest anime fights, in my opinion, is that battle between Tyson and Kai in G Revolution, where Kai goes, "Not for long!" And it proceeds to be the most metal shit where they destroy the stadium with the sheer magnitude of their spiritual pressure of some plastic spinning tops. This is plastic era Beyblade. This is like right on the edge of right when they were about to transition into metal. So I think this was like plastic metal fusion before they went metal and then back to plastic again. Like that's Turb has a great video that they just dropped about the impact of Beyblade on culture, especially for blurred culture. So go check that out. I'll link it in the description. That's all to say, America has a lot of things we can be critiqued for. Our healthcare practices, our treatment of disenfranchised people, questionable choices in political leadership. But the one thing I think we can all agree, we are fucking good at music. We took some popular kids franchises from a completely different country and say, you know what? These are great. Now let's add a little sauce to it. All of these albums are on YouTube. Give them a chance. Give credit to all these amazing artists that contributed to just one small but enjoyable part of our childhood. I don't know how many of them know how much their hard work was appreciated in these silly little monster shows, but I certainly did. Some of these are still near and dear to me. That's why I wanted to make this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you remember any of these? Were there any that were special to you that I might have missed? I don't know. Was it like the Metabots theme? Was it Monster Rancher? Like, I've probably seen it if you mention it, but I'm curious what other like interesting music or obscure shows. Don't throw Bo in there, or we're gonna have to fight. But I just, does anyone else remember these themes? Is this music as important to other people like I feel like it is to me? These are albums that I'll still listen to from time to time, so they're really cool. But yeah, if there were any I missed, let me know down in the comments below, because I really want to know. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe for future videos, and also Ace podcast episodes. Aaron and I be recording those. Aaron from Real Rejects. So go support him over on Real Rejects, and go support me, and go listen to the episode. I leave timestamps so you can listen to it while you do stuff in the background. But yeah, I'm Will the Greatest, and I know times are tough and that things are scary, but let's take care of each other. Even if it's just sharing some smiles over old, nostalgic, silly anime music. Oh, if y'all get this video to 10K views, or 1K likes, I'll do a DigiRap remix, cause why not, you know? All right, peace.